the thing that so many people on the left are too fucking stupid to understand, that these corporations do not use their power to help the marginalized. They use their power exactly in the opposite way. But the thing that I think is so important to note is this is really true. It sounds like I'm romanticizing Silicon Valley, and I'm not. Silicon Valley, when they first started pioneering social media, never wanted to censor at all.
Correct.
Not because they're noble people who believe in freedom, but because it was not in their business interest to get involved in these disputes and to have to pay people to remove content. They wanted everyone in the world to use their platform as much as possible. They don't want to be taking people off their platform. The reason they started doing this is because the obligation was foisted upon them largely by American and Western liberals and by journalists, most of all. So CNN or New York Times or NBC News turns their megaphone and says, look at the hatred Facebook is platforming. Look at what Twitter is permitting. Look at the violent rhetoric that Patreon is spreading. And they pressured and forced them to start removing them. And obviously, once you do that, it's not going to be only about one particular ideology. If for no other reason alone, they're going to balance it by also taking the left-wing extremist offline as well, but also because the status quo and ruling elites don't care about right or left. They hate all dissidents. Anybody who's on the fringes, who's on the margins, who questions their orthodoxies, who's outside of the lines that they impose, are always the ones who are going to get victimized by censorship. Even if it were only affecting the right, you should still completely oppose it, because we don't want a discourse limited and controlled and have the boundaries shaped by corporate elites or Silicon Valley overlords or officials of the state. You should be opposed to it on principle. But if you have no principles, if all you care about is power and strategy, then it's still incredibly stupid.